Hello and thank you for joining me. This is Freewill Tarot. My name is Harmony. Hello. And this reading is going to be for the sign of Capricorn. Hello Capricorn, and thank you for joining me. I start out doing my readings by giving you a couple of messages that Spirit really wants you to hear at this time. And then we'll go deeper into the tarot portion of your reading. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. All right. You guys started out with the yin and yang card here. All right. Capricorn, so this is talking about at this time, your life is going through a transitional period, okay? So with the yin and yang, you're closing out a cycle and you're getting ready to enter into a new cycle. This is what the universe has for you. You probably can't see that clearly. Let me see if you can. That's the 22 number. So look for you see the number 22. If you notice, keep noticing the number 22 or hearing the number 22. That is your direct link there to Spirit letting you know that they're with you and they're aligning you. So with the yin and yang, it's about cycles and cycles closing and new cycles coming into your life, okay? So at this time, Spirit needs you to kind of not be active, right? It's not that you don't need to, go on with your daily life, but it's a time for you to kind of be reflective and more aware of your daily life, like the interactions you have with people, how you see yourself, how you talk to yourself, things that you've learned up to this point. It's about being reflective within yourself, right? So that's what Spirit wants you to know at this time. So you are going through a transitional period. So it could be things that you're noticing, maybe about your personal relationships with people in a intimate relationship, maybe people you work with, your career choices, how you see yourself, how you take care of yourself, how you nourish yourself. All these things kind of go with a cycle, right? Because you have to be able to go through all these situations and see them to know what new cycle that you're going to be in, okay? So the advice Spirit has for you at this time also is the fulfillment card, okay? And of course, I'm going to read this to you, but you have the fulfillment card. So the fulfillment card says, trust your emotional satisfaction that comes to you, okay? So look at the things that really bring you in happiness, not things you have to force, but things that are naturally blessed upon you, like people that really love you and people that really support you, your family, your friends. Okay, it says your happiness is not dependent upon external factors. So that's like your material things or how you view your body, just worrying about how things look on the outside than how it really is on the inside. They want you to, again, this is about you going inward here, again, reflecting, going inward. All right, it says acknowledge what is already fulfilling in your life. Find joy in the present moment. So they want you to see the blessings that God and Spirit has already blessed you with, right? This is not the time to look out and think about money or your physical appearance. Again, I'm not telling you not to take care of yourself, but I'm saying Spirit doesn't want you to be conscious-minded on the external. They want you to go inside. They want you to look at the internal parts of you. And this is what you need to kind of be focused on. And they want you to find joy in that. Just exactly who you are and where you are today, right? And what you have accomplished already instead of looking out on more or distractions, okay? You also got the hostilities card, okay, here, Capricorn. So some of you are dealing with some kind of energy where someone in your life you could be having some kind of arguments or disagreements with, putting you in a position where you feel you need to defend yourself. This could have been going on for a little while, and maybe you ignored it. But Spirit is saying if that is the case where you have been dealing with some hostility or maybe some passive aggressiveness and you kind of ignored it, Spirit is saying this is not the time for you to continue to do that. Again, we have a cycle closing and a new cycle entering. And the reason you don't want to ignore that at this time, because that will carry into the new cycle. You need to clear these things out. That's what the yin and yang is. It's a clearing, okay? So new beginnings can form. So this is a time, if you have been dealing with any kind of hostility, whether it's in your family or your relationship or your co-workers, career, friends, whatever it is for you, this is a time for you, even within yourself, I want to say, for you to kind of confront that and look at that head on here, okay? So I do have that for some of you are dealing with some kind of hostility energy, again, with, people in your life or people you deal with. With that being said, let's go get deeper into the tarot portion of your reading. You start out here with the overall energy being the judgment card. So this is a call to action for you, Capricorn, from God, universe, and spirit. It's time for you to take action here. Now, again, with your action that you're being directed to take is being reflective. It's time for you to kind of go inward and seeing why you do the things you do. Why do you accept the things you accept? What are your motivations here, right? This is a clearing. Remember, it's a call to action for you to kind of, look upon yourself here. Again, I'm going to read it to you. It says, it is time to take responsibility for your past actions and recognize of how they've shaped your present moment, okay? So that's what they want you to do at this time. Some of you in the recent past, I feel like, have gotten rewards here, maybe a promotion, maybe an acknowledgement, maybe a celebration. Maybe you've gotten, I feel like a lot of you were kind of working on yourself and your body here, Capricorn. And Spirit is acknowledging that here in the recent past. You had the cup. Some of you entered into a new relationship in the recent past. Again, this could be over the last couple of months. But this was a time of celebration, of excitement, and new things to come. And you're still in that cycle. But as you're shifting even further into the cycle, you might be feeling like some kind of turbulence. Maybe some things kind of gotten a little bit kind of starting to delay or kind of reveal itself. This is not the time for you to panic if that is happening. You might have came from this energy and now you can be seeing something different. This is just what that is. It's closing out those things that don't need to go into your new cycle. So if you have a relationship, for example, and things are not working out, or you're kind of having some kind of disagreements or anything like that, if you had a new job and things are not working out the way you thought, it's just where this is cautioning you, right, for you to pay attention to these things. It's nothing that's ending. It's just clearing. You also have in the center of the reading here the Two of Wands. The Two of Wands consists of making plans here, okay? This is like getting ready, having the world in your hand and getting ready to take your plans into a new direction. So some of you have made plans on what it is that you want your future to look like. You're getting ideas. You're working out plans in your head and starting to lay the groundwork on what it is that you want to see moving forward here. It could even be about yourself, your own identity here. And it could came from a place of where you didn't feel that way in the past here with the Five of Pentacles here, where you felt a sense of lack, where you felt like you either wasn't making enough or you were feeling like you wasn't valued or seen for who you were or what you brought to the table. You wasn't recognized for your gifts or the gift that you are, okay? And this could be in relationships or a career choice here, or it could be in any one. Spirit is costing you, and don't forget we had the hostility card. This is also with that deceit card here that kind of goes hand in hand. Is again reiterating here that as these new doors are opening for you and as you're looking forward towards the future and making plans, Spirit wants to caution you that some of you could have someone that is, speaking negative about you or trying to tell you negative things or try to stop you from moving forward. It could be a relationship that is, it could be anything, but let's read it. It says, deceit. Be cautious with your plans. Remember, I told you this Two of Wands is the person that is making plans for their future. So a lot of you are making plans for your future. But Spirit is saying be cautious with who you're telling this to, okay? It says, be cautious with plans, communication, or partnerships. Are all parties being forthright? So they want you to be mindful of that, okay? Again, this is a time for you to kind of take a step back and really, as you make these plans for your life and for the future, look at who's there for you. Look at who's supporting you and who's just feeding you negativity. Really pick up on the energy that's around you at this time, Capricorn, okay? Some of you could even be feeling a little disconnected from a particular partnership. It doesn't have to be an intimate relationship, but the Two of Cups does represent an intimate relationship. But it could be any kind of soulmate that you see. That could be a close friend. That could be a coworker. That could be family. It could be anybody you consider that you have a special bond or relationship. It could be in family. Okay, but there's a disconnect here, right? And it says conflict or misunderstandings disrupt this bond. Remember, we have the hostilities here. Emotional distance strains this relationship. So again, some of you you may be not seeing eye to eye with certain people in your life at this time, right? There's some kind of hostility going on. And Spirit is also telling you, remember, we have a deceit card for you to be mindful here about who you're talking to and who you're giving your information to and your future plans to. Some of you could be in relationships, some of you could be friendships, some of you could be family. It could be anybody that you feel that is close to you, but you know, Spirit is telling you at this time to kind of put a caution on that. Put a caution on your plans and keep them to yourself. This is, again, I'm going to reiterate, there's new things coming for you, Capricorn, and you already know this because you're making plans to move forward here. Maybe you're thinking about learning something new, starting something new here. It's a brand new thing that some of you could be thinking about. But Spirit is saying that, and some of you are not moving forward on it here because we have the Eight of Swords here. This is telling yourself you need more time, telling yourself you don't have all the information yet to move forward on a certain direction. Maybe you're, you know, a lot of you could be worried about disappointing someone or worried about what they're going to say. Some of you are speaking to people that you feel you can trust, and this could be a family. It could be a parent. It could be anybody, right? That you feel close to, that you share things with, and they kind of have a negative review on it. Something you're excited about, and they don't tell you anything positive. That could be in relationship. It's for you to pay attention to that, because sometimes people like to keep you small so they can keep you in control, okay? You have beautiful things on the horizon here, Capricorn. I have the World card with the Happiness card. Look at that, okay? So you need to be mindful at this time of who you're talking to or who you're letting get into your space. You need to pay attention to the hostilities that people have or some things that could be going on. But not let those things block you. Spirit's saying you are going to get clarity here. So Spirit, this is God, the hand of God, wielding the sword of wisdom and clarity, because this is a sword of clarity and truth. Okay, where you are going to get some kind of clarity, and I have the justice came with that. So they're going to be wielding the hand of justice with this clarity to give you some truth to the direction that you need to go in, okay? They're going to be revealing, if you're paying attention, of who needs to kind of maybe move out of your life. In the outcome here, you have the Strength card and the Victory. So listen, whatever it is that you're planning on doing, and if maybe some of you got some delays, maybe you've got some people in your life that you need to kind of reflect on and figure out some things, whether it's family, friends, or intimate relationship. But Spirit is saying that you need to stay the course, because whatever it is that you're planning for your life, don't let obstacles or these little distractions stop you, okay? This is a time for you to reflect, because you do have a new cycle getting ready to end. It's a positive cycle you're entering, okay? So whatever is kind of maybe feel a little uncomfortable at this time, you have momentum. You have the Eight of Wands here twice here also. And you're in the energy of the number 8, so you can look that up after this reading. So you're in the energy of the number 8. So Spirit is saying that, you know, you have blessings coming your way, Capricorn. You've overcome a lot over the past year. And now it's time for you to enter a new cycle. We're all in a reset period of new cycles. All right. And Spirit is also saying for a lot of you who are pushing yourself and not listening to your bodies, where your body is saying it's tired or sleepy or need rest, and you're just pushing yourself, not to do that. Okay? Your body is your vessel. That is your tool. And you have to take care of your weapon. I'm not your weapon, but your tool, your vessel, okay? You have to take care of that. If you want to succeed in any of these things, the most important thing that you have to do that with that is your body. Okay, so it says you may be ignoring the need for rest, pushing forward despite exhaustion. Again, don't do that. If some of you are not resting and you're thinking about just getting money, or you're thinking about showing up because you're trying to achieve a goal, or you're trying to prove something, or you're trying to get something or show something to people, I don't know what it is. It could be about your body. It could be anything. I don't know. But if you're feeling tired, Capricorn, rest. Spirit is calling you out. He's using me to call you out. Rest, okay? You need to take care of your vessel. Your vessel is a blessing, okay? That's why I told you to look on the things that you already do have, right? This is a reflection period. You look at your relationships, look at yourself, look at everything. This is not for you to push. This is a reflective period. So this is where you do yourself more, a benefit to yourself more by taking a time out and reflecting than you do pushing forward and trying to continue to create. The blessings are already coming. You've already did the work. Now it's time to do the clearing and be clear on what it is and who you're taking into your new timeline, into your new cycle, and your new season, okay? This is what I have for you. Thank you for being here. Please like, subscribe, share. Let me know in the comments if this resonated with you. Until you're back here, bye for now.